Hi everyone, welcome to estudy.in. So in this video we will continue with functions only and we will talk about special parameters. Now what are special parameters? These are slash and star symbol. Okay, so as we know that arguments to a function can be passed as a position or by keyword. Now keyword arguments are also known as named parameters. So let us see what is this slash special parameter, and star we already know, but we will discuss it here slightly in a different way. Okay, so first we talk about passing by position only. That means when we want to enforce that the parameters should be passed by a position, not as keyword arguments. Okay, so let us define a function here. So let me define firstly the main function. And here from within the main function I'm going to call my functions which I'll create. So let's say I have a function by the name p, so we will make a call to this function. Now we will define the p function. So let's say p, and here we are just writing a simple function, so we just pass one parameter to this function, and here we are going to print this parameter. Okay, now we have defined a function and p which takes one parameter, right, and we are printing that parameter. Now we will make a call to the main function. So we will call if, as I told you in the last video, that we can make a call like this, or you can simply call main if you don't want to call like this. Okay, but we'll stick to this notation. So now we are making a call to the main function. Now what happens, let's pass a parameter here. So when we say 3, so we are passing one argument here and we run it, so we are getting the output as 3, as you can see, right? Now here, if I, instead of passing, this is by position, okay, as a position parameter. So if I change it to let's say n is equal to 3, so this is a keyword argument or a named parameter. So again this is okay. So that means here I can pass it as a keyword argument, or I can pass it as a position parameter wherein I simply given the value 3. Okay, so this function can be called in whichever way. Both the ways are correct. Okay, now we move on to the next type. Here after n I'm going to write comma and I'm going to put this slash, right? So as I told you, this is a special it indicates a special parameter. So when you put a slash, it says that all the parameters before this should be positional only. We cannot pass any keyword argument before this. Okay, so we are enforcing that, we are restricting that the call to this function will be only as position parameter because there is a slash here. So before the slash, all the parameters which will be passed will be as a positional parameter. So now when we call the function, let us change this value, let's say 6, and when we call this function, so we are getting 6 here. But let me change it, let me make it a keyword argument here. Let's say n is equal to 6 and let's see if it runs or not. So now you're getting this error here, p got some positional only arguments passed as keyword arguments. Okay, so we cannot pass a keyword argument here, right? And if I, instead of just one argument, let's say we are passing two arguments here, m comma n. Okay, so when we're passing two arguments here, so we need to pass 6 comma let's say 7. Okay, let us print m also here, so m comma n, right? And now when we run it, so this is okay because both the parameters are position only. Let me change it one to a keyword argument or a named parameter. Now if you run it, so again we're getting an error. Positional argument follows the keyword argument. Again, positional argument, keyword arguments cannot come before the position arguments. So otherwise also, if we change it and if we say n is equal to 7, let's see now whether it runs or not. So now it says got some positional only arguments passed as keyword arguments. So because we have this slash here, so slash enforces that all the parameters which are passed before it should be positional only. So we cannot pass keyword arguments to this function, okay, because of the slash. So this is kind of enforcing that our function only receives the keyword, only receives the positional parameters. Now we will change this. Let's suppose we want to enforce that our function receives only keyword arguments. So in that case, we will put a star first and then followed by the keyword arguments. Let's suppose we say star comma n. So now we are saying that after star, all the arguments which will be passed would be keyword arguments. So let us change this function call. Let's say we are passing 7 here. So 7 here, and we need to remove this m because we do not have any m here. So now when we run this function, so we are going to get an error because it takes takes 0 positional arguments, but 1 was given. Okay, so now if I change it to n is equal to 7, now if we run it, so we are going to get the correct output. So that means I need to pass it as a keyword argument. So we can give as many keyword arguments after this as we want, m, comma, n, let's say, comma, r. So we are passing 3 keyword arguments here. Okay, and let's make call to these 3 keyword arguments. Let's make a call to the function m is equal to 5, comma, n is equal to 7, and comma, r is equal to, let's say, 8. Okay, so now we'll print here m, comma, n, comma, r. Okay, now if you run it, so you are getting 5, 7, 8, which is correct output. Now can I change the order? Let's see. So m and then r, and then we can say n is equal to 7. So we have changed the order. Here we have said m, n, r, but here we are passing m, r, n. So order has been mixed up. So let's see. So see, let us change this to 17 so that we know. Okay, so see, right? So the order will not make any difference as long as all the arguments are passed as keyword arguments, right? Now we will mix both these special parameters, that means slash and star. Okay, so let's just make some changes here. So now we will pass. Okay, so firstly let us say that we have a m here, comma, and slash, and then we have a n here, and then comma, and then we put a star, and then we have a r here. Okay, so we are saying that, okay, let us understand this notation. What we are saying is that before the slash we can only have positional parameters. That means the value of m has to be passed as a positional parameter. Okay, and then we have n. Now n is after the slash and before the star, so it means that n can be passed either as a positional parameter or as a keyword argument. Okay, so there is no restriction on this n, but after star we have r, which means that the value of r should be passed as a keyword argument. Okay, so now let's change it. Let's make call to the function. So let's say 2, comma, 3, comma, r is equal to 5. Let's see if it is a valid function call or not, and let's run it. So this is a valid function call. We are getting this output 2, comma, 3, comma, 5, right? So the value of m, and this is n, because n can be passed as a positional parameter or as a keyword argument. Now let me change this. Let us pass n as a keyword argument. So we will say n is equal to, let's change the value of n to be 13, let's change the value of m to be 12, and let's change the value of r to be 15. Now let's run it. So again, this is a valid call. N can be passed as a positional or as a keyword argument. M has been passed as a positional argument, and R has to be passed as a keyword argument. Now let me make a change here. Let me say M is equal to 12. So M, which was a positional argument, is now being passed as a keyword argument. Now when you run it, so we are going to get an error here, got some positional only arguments passed as keyword arguments. So I hope you understand what the point I'm trying to make here is, that M is before the slash, so it has to be passed as a positional, cannot be passed as a keyword argument. Similarly, R, if you make it a positional argument, again we are going to get an error here, because positional only argument follows keyword argument. So here, okay, so even if we pass N as a positional only argument, will it run? So again it will not run, because it takes 2 positional arguments, but 3 were given. So this says that this function takes 2 positional arguments, that is m and n, but 3 were given. So we need to change this to the last argument to a keyword argument. R is equal to 15, and now it should run properly. Okay, so this is about positional arguments and keyword arguments, and how to enforce them, how to enforce that our function receives positional only or a keyword only, or certain arguments as a mix of both. Okay, now there's another thing which I want to show here. Okay, so let me make some changes in this function called p. Okay, so here I'm going to redefine it. So let's say p, and here I'm going to pass star and then args, comma, I'm going to write this keyword argument, this is equal to, and I'm going to say slash. Okay, right? And here we will write, let's suppose we want to print, we want to, or rather we return, what do we return? We return this second argument, that is this SEP separator. This is a keyword argument dot. We'll use the join function here and we will join the args. Okay, so let's see what this function will do. And here, while making the function call, let us pass let's pass the names of some fruits, mango, and let's say orange, and let's say peach. Okay, now we have passed some fruits here, mango, orange, peach, and we are making a call to this function. The star args has been explained in the previous video. So here this will receive, because these arguments, these three arguments basically will be wrapped up in a tuple. Okay, so basically this will become a tuple, and this tuple will go to this args. Okay, right? So we can pass as many variable number of arguments here, and now we are going to use the join function, and the join function will basically return this. So what we are going to do is, we are going to take the value, let's say in x, so x is equal to this, and now we will print x. Okay, so let's see what is the output. So the output is, see, we got the slash symbol in between the names of the fruits. Okay, right? And instead of slash, we can give any symbol. Let's suppose we want to join them using dot. So now if you run it, so you will get mango.orange.peach. Okay, so this is how basically the file path can be created. You can use it for that purpose, or you could give whichever symbol you want, or you can use dot, or let's say we can use a equal to sign also, or you can use a dash also. Okay, any symbol which you want to use, and you will get this output. Okay, so this is what is an arbitrary argument list, and we have used, like, this has been discussed in the previous video, but the only thing is I'm using the join function here to join the tuple, the elements of the tuple. Okay, so I hope you like the video, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and please do click on the like button if you like the video, and thanks for watching estudy.in. Have a good day.